The Master Key Within, a cinematic story inspired by Charles F. Haanel, The Master Key System. Welcome to Freedom Mindset, another inspiration journey. Take a deep breath and relax. For better experience, please use your headphones. This story might just change your life. Freedom Mindset. Ethan Cole sat alone in a dimly lit apartment. The clock ticked in slow, haunting rhythm, echoing through the silence like a reminder that time was running out. Bills scattered across the table like broken promises. His phone screen glowed with unread messages, job rejections, unpaid notices, friends who'd long stopped calling. Outside, rain painted the windows, and the city lights blurred behind tears he didn't want to admit were his own. He whispered to himself, "I did everything right. So why am I still here?" Ethan had chased success all his life, studied hard, worked harder, but nothing seemed to move forward. His dreams, once vivid, had become gray and distant. The world felt cold, indifferent, almost cruel. That night, he stared at the ceiling and said words he'd never spoken out loud before. "Maybe I'm just not meant for anything great." As those words escaped him, something inside felt like it cracked. A quiet collapse of belief. He fell asleep in that hopeless silence. The next morning, sunlight crept through the curtains. Ethan dragged himself to the door when he heard a knock. No one was there, only a small brown envelope on the floor. His name was written on it in neat, unfamiliar handwriting. Inside was a single page. "Everything you seek is already within you. The key has never been lost, only forgotten. The Master Key System." At the bottom was a web address. Ethan frowned. What is this? Some kind of scam? Still, something about the phrase "within you" tugged at him. That night, curiosity defeated skepticism. He opened his laptop, typed in the link, and found himself reading the words of Charles F. Haanel. "The world within controls the world without." That sentence struck him. He reread it. Again. Something shifted in his mind. For years, he'd blamed the economy, his boss, bad luck. But what if his own thoughts, the silent voice inside, had been shaping his reality all along? He read until sunrise. Each line felt like a mirror, forcing him to face his own reflection. Not the physical one, but the invisible version built by thought, fear, and belief. Over the next days, Ethan followed the first lessons of the Master Key System. He began with stillness. 5 minutes a day, no distractions, no phone, no music. Just breathing and observing his thoughts. First, it was torture. His mind screamed with noise, worries, guilt, regrets, deadlines. But he kept going. And slowly, something changed. He realized that thoughts were like seeds. Some grew into hope, others into fear. And whichever he watered most became his life. That truth hit him like lightning. He whispered, "So, I created this, not out of punishment but power, because if he'd created his misery, maybe he could create something better." Weeks passed. Ethan practiced visualization. He sat each morning imagining his dream life. A bright studio filled with sunlight, the smell of coffee, laughter, financial freedom, peace. He pictured himself speaking confidently, helping others, feeling alive. First, it felt fake. But he noticed something strange. His body began to react. His heart raced, his posture straightened, and a quiet joy flickered inside. Haanel's words echoed in his mind. "When you realize that the world within is creative, you will no longer look for results from without." He began to believe. One afternoon, while sketching designs for a freelance project he'd long abandoned, his phone rang. A voice from an old client said, "Hey Ethan, are you still doing design work? We have a project you'd be perfect for." He smiled for the first time in months. It was small, but it was something. He took the job, poured his heart into it, and the client loved it. More calls followed, more work. Coincidence? Maybe. But deep down, he knew something had shifted in the world within. But growth never comes without testing. One evening, he received an email. Due to budget cuts, Your upcoming contract has been canceled. Just like that, the momentum stopped. Ethan felt the old fear creeping back. I knew it. I knew it was too good to last. For 2 days, he sank into doubt. But then, a single thought rose in his mind like a voice from deep within. You're not losing anything. You're being tested to see if you've learned. He realized this was part of the process. The master key system wasn't about controlling life. It was about mastering himself. So instead of spiraling, he sat down, closed his eyes, and focused on gratitude. He thanked the universe for what he already had. He visualized abundance, not lack. By the end of the week, another client reached out, bigger, more aligned with his vision. That's when Ethan understood the true secret. The universe always listens, but it responds to belief, not begging. Months later, Ethan stood in a new apartment, bright, warm, peaceful. On his desk lay the same old letter that had started it all. He looked around, whispering, I didn't change the world. I changed me, and the world changed too. But his journey didn't stop there. He began helping others discover the same truth. Friends, co-workers, strangers online. He'd tell them, your thoughts are not random. They're blueprints. If you hold fear, you build walls. If you hold vision, you build doors. People started calling him the mind architect. He smiled every time, remembering the broken man who once sat in the dark, thinking he had no power. Now he knew, power wasn't something you earned. It was something you remembered. Years passed, and Ethan wrote his own book, a modern reflection of the master key system. In the dedication, he wrote, to the version of me who thought it was over, thank you for not giving up. When the book launched, he was invited to speak at a seminar. Standing on stage, looking at hundreds of faces filled with hope and fear, he felt a lump in his throat. He began softly, once I was one of you, lost, afraid, broke. Then I learned that my mind wasn't my enemy. It was my greatest tool. He paused, scanning the crowd. Charles Haanel once wrote, the world within is the cause, the world without the effect. I used to think I needed to change my job, my friends, my luck. But all I needed was to change my thoughts. The audience was silent, some with tears in their eyes. You are not powerless. You are not unlucky. You are creating every moment. So stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I create now? The crowd erupted in applause. At that moment, Ethan felt the full circle of life. He had become the living proof of everything Haanel had taught. That night, standing alone on the hotel balcony, he looked at the stars and whispered, thank you, not to a god outside, not to luck, but to the infinite intelligence within, the same intelligence that guides every star, every breath, every heartbeat. He realized the master key was never a book. It was a mirror, and once you looked deep enough, you found that the door had always been open. Headphone, everything you seek is already within you. This story is not about Ethan. It's about you. You hold the master key. Use it. Sparkle's Freedom Mindset. Subscribe for more stories that awaken your power. Every thought you hold builds the house you live in. Every word you speak shapes the world you walk through. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. Ethan's story is over, but your story begins right now. Because the master key system isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of living. Each time you choose a positive thought instead of fear, you turn the key. Each time you imagine something greater instead of complaining, you turn the key. Each time you believe in yourself when no one else does, you turn the key. That's how you unlock freedom. That's how you unlock life. Speech balloon. What you think today becomes your life tomorrow. Speech balloon. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe. Speech balloon. The greatest wealth is peace of mind. Speech balloon. Don't chase light. Become it. Studio microphone. Use your headphones. Close your eyes. Feel these words. You are not small. You are not broken. You are the creator of your reality. The universe is listening not to your words, but to your vibration. So lift it. Fill your heart with gratitude, courage, and love. Because when you change your energy, you change your destiny. Sparkle's Freedom Mindset closing message. If the story touched your heart, if it made you think deeper, if it reminded you of your own power, then it's time to take the next step. Headphone like this story. Speech balloon share it with someone who needs light today. Bell subscribe to Freedom Mindset and keep upgrading your knowledge, your thinking, your life. Because growth is not a one-time event. It's a journey, and every story we tell here is one more key, unlocking the greatness already inside you. Sunrise, your mind is your greatest tool. Use it well, and it will build you a kingdom. Dizzy, the more you learn, the more you earn in peace, in purpose, and in power. So don't just listen, live it. You already hold the master key. Turn it, and watch the doors of your destiny swing wide open.